Dwayne was a pastor. He loved to preach the Word of God. He loved to sing hymns. He enjoyed that more than anything. He had a church in rural Texas, not far from where I currently live. And one day he fell ill, and a virus destroyed his vocal cords, destroyed his voice permanently.
His voice was reduced to a raspy whisper, and it felt like there was a hand on his throat all the time.
Well, he could no longer be a pastor because he can't speak. And so he lost his pastorate. His insurance ran out. He tried jobs here and there that he didn't have to use his voice for, ran out of money, and went through a horrible suffering for 3 years. He was examined during that time by 63 physicians, including those at a Swiss symposium of the world's leading throat specialists. And the diagnosis was that that virus destroyed the nerves of his vocal cords, rendering them limp. And when he asked a doctor of this Swiss symposium of these world-leading throat specialists, he said, "What's my prognosis for recovery?" The doctor looked at him and said, "Zero. Well, one day, his former church where he had been a Sunday school teacher years earlier, First Baptist Church of Houston, said to him, "Would you come, Dwayne, and speak to our Sunday school class?"
He said, "Well,
they said, "Well, we love you, and we'll put up with it. It's annoying, frankly, to hear you talk, to try to talk. But we'll get a microphone on you, and we'll put up with it because we love you, and we want to hear you preach." So, he comes to the Sunday school class one day, and his text was Psalm 103. The third verse of that psalm says this: "God heals all of your diseases." And as Dwayne said later, he said, "You know, with my tongue, I was saying, I still believe that God heals, but in my heart, I was screaming, why not me? Why not me?" So he went on to the next verse, which reads, "The Lord redeems your life from the pit." And he told his class, he said, "I have had, and you have had in times past, pit experience." And as soon as he said the word pit, for the first time in 3 years, that choking sensation went away. And something else happened as well. But I'm going to let you hear it for yourself so you can be a witness to a miracle. Because guess what? They recorded that class. So I want you to hear what happened as this man could only talk about Jesus for 3 years. He was talking to us about I want you to listen to this miracle take place. So let's play this.
So when the psalmist writes, "And he heals all of my diseases," let me say to you that I believe God still heals. That hasn't ended. That is not over. So the psalmist says, "I'm excited. Bless the Lord, O my soul." One of his benefits is he heals all of my diseases. And in verse 4 he says, "And he redeems my life from the pit." Now I like that verse just a whole lot. I have had, and you have had in times past, pit experiences. We've both had, we've all had times when our life seemed to be in a pit, in a grave. And we didn't have an answer for the pit ourselves in. And I don't understand this right now. I'm overwhelmed at the moment. I'm not quite sure what to say or do.
Kau Tuhan jadi andalanku, hanya Kau Tuhan yang ku percaya. Di saat aku sudah tak mampu, hanya Yesus sanggup melakukannya. Aku percaya pada mujizat. Aku percaya Tuhanku dahsyat. Perbuatan ajaib telah dikerjakannya. Aku percaya ada mujizat. Aku percaya ada mujizat. Aku percaya Tuhanku dahsyat. Perbuatan ajaib telah dikerjakannya. Aku percaya ada mujizat. Percaya saja. Percaya saja. Aku percaya ada mujizat. Aku percaya Tuhanku dahsyat. Perbuatan
At the very moment he's preaching about God's healing power, God healed his voice. Not just a little bit, but 100%. That sense of choking immediately went away. A doctor examined him the next day and said his throat now looks like he never had any problems. In fact, the scar tissue has disappeared. One physician said this: even if I could explain how you got your voice back by coincidence, which I can't, I could never explain what happened to the scar tissue. Today, Dwayne, his voice fully restored, is the pastor of a church again. And guess what else he does? He has a daily radio show in the city of Dallas. Yes, using his voice to tell other people that God is still in the miracle business. He said this, he said, you see, God didn't just restore my life, He amplified it. He amplified it.
God is amazing.